Here we go! I got invited to Vancouver at the start of August to play some NHL 24. I got to record 4 full online games, which I can finally show to you guys now. I assume most of you have seen the trailers of the game, some of you have played the technical test, and in my last video I did go over everything new in NHL 24, so I won't go over any of the new stuff in the game anymore. In this video you will see the highlights of the 4 games I played against Kenu, owner of sportsgamer.gg. And in the meantime, I want to talk about how I'm feeling about NHL 24. After having played the game quite a bit now with the technical test and with these games in Vancouver, what are my likes, what are my dislikes, what would I want to see changed in the game, etc. And this is strictly on the gameplay level. So let's keep it positive at the beginning. What do I like about NHL 24? First thing I noticed right away, the movement and especially passing is just way better in this game. It's smoother, it's crispier, and just feels better than in the prior NHLs. The icon and the one-touch passing is a big plus. Also in defense, I do love the new hitting. I've seen some people complaining that it's too difficult, but I absolutely love it. I think all the hits now are really effective, and it creates a lot of skill gap having multiple ways to hit, and you need to learn to use different hits in different situations. Also, poke check seemed to be a bit nerfed, which I like. Maybe your player slows down a bit too much when you poke check, but I think the balance right now in defense, it's pretty perfect. When to go for hits, when to go for pokes. Nothing is overpowered and nothing is too weak. And interceptions, they feel decent. Obviously there's still passes that go through your players. You see a couple in this video as well. Also I think offense is really balanced compared to defense as well. I think we are seeing the perfect amount of goals in the game right now. And I stick by to what I said in my prior video. I think this game you need a lot more hockey IQ and you need to play a lot more smarter to succeed than in the past NHLs. This game is way less abusive, way more rewarding tactically, with the ability to pass quick, with the new hitting, with the pressure system, with the goalie fatigue, with backskating not being as viable anymore, with deke success increasing, etc. And jumping straight to my next point, deke success is way better in 24 than it's been since NHL 17. I think deking was good. Ever since NHL 17, when you've tried to do loose puck dekes, you never know when your player will lose the puck and when not, and you can't really control it. And I've had almost none of that happen, no matter what player I played with in 24, which is massive. Dekes need to be viable. Jumping to what's happening in the screen, our first game is in overtime. Oh my god, we can't lose our first game. Kenu is coming down and oh my... No! Eki washed. Dude, I love Kenu, but I shouldn't be losing to him anymore. I haven't lost to him in years. And seeing him jump off his chair, looking at me with this smile, oh my, it really hurt my soul. But in the next game I took leaves, as you know, my favorite team, and tried to sweat it out a bit more. And jumping to my next point, I do like the idea of the pressure system a lot. I think it needs a lot of balancing. From my experience so far, it's way too overpowered when you get it active, and it is also way too easy to activate. But the idea of it is good, because with the pressure system, defense has to be more aggressive. You can't just sit in front of your net and skill zone anymore, because otherwise your opponent gets the pressure active right away. This is the most break it or make it feature for me in the game. The pressure system will decide if this game will be good or not. Yeah, it's a tough balance. My idea to the devs was to actually reward shooting and hitting and active play way more in the pressure meter and reward puck possession way less. Because right now, with just holding the puck 15 seconds in the offensive zone, you have the pressure meter active. That should be closer to like a minute, so people won't just go to the corner and stand still and wait for the pressure meter to get active. I will shut up for a bit, because this goal is insane.
Toronto sliding the puck behind the net. It's in the back of the net. He scored.
Dude, I just tried the seagrass flip with the new total controls and it went in! Oh my god. But yeah, this is a good cutoff point to jump to the negatives. I said earlier, I do like the deke success being increased, but in the technical tests, you could do lacrosses even with bronze players 100% of the time. So that needs to be balanced, cause that's just not right. Also, there's still a couple glitch goals in the game. Some wraparounds still go in. Self-sauce on the breakaway freezes the goal. You will see that a lot in this video. And the short shot goals from last NHL still go in. So these are a couple at least for me, must fixes. This game has a lot of great changes, going away from that abusive play a bit more, but the devs need to still be really careful about balancing out the pressure system and taking these glitch goals away while they can. Okay, let's talk about the backskating. This is on my negative list, it probably should be on my positive list. I still don't know how to feel about this. Backskating with the puck is just so massively nerfed. Yeah, in the last couple NHLs you could cheese the backskate way too much, and I think without it the game will look a lot better. But edge work and some backskating is a huge part of real hockey. Cale Makar is on this year's cover, and in this game you can't do stuff that Cale Makar does in real life. Like what I used L2 a lot for was just to turn my guy the correct way. You can't do that anymore. There's no control with the backskate. At least I haven't learned it. Every time I press the button, I'm not sure which way my player will turn towards. And sometimes, especially in the corners, my player doesn't do anything when I press the button. So yeah, I do like them nerfing L2, but I think it is a bit much. Some more negatives. During the technical test, the glasses broke almost every game. It was way too much and really annoying when it stopped the play. I don't know why it needs to happen every game. Also, I've seen the nets move a lot, causing whistles. Yeah, I need to balance these things out as well. Also, I do just want to mention that the AI is basically the same. I know it must be a lot of work for them kind of to redo the AI, but AI is probably the biggest thing holding back NHL as a franchise, at least in 1v1. The games are just naturally really repetitive with how the AIs are developed into the game. That's not a quick fix or anything, but yeah, that's just something I want to mention. Then to my final point, I really don't like the goalies. I don't really mind the goalie fatigue or the idea of goalies getting tired, but in 23 they made the big change of goalies being fast to one-timers and stopping almost everyone. One-timers basically only went in if you passed right in front of the goalie, and that's still the case. I don't really know why they did that. Obviously they don't want people scoring so many one-timer goals, but if somebody gets a wide open one-timer and the shot is good, I think that needs to go in. I do not like the goalies being just unbelievable to one-timers, but then like really bad behind the net, side of the net, and at the same time being amazing to like wristers in front or slap shots in front. It makes the scoring in the game not that fun in my opinion. I would want an NHL game where scoring on multiple different ways would be viable. And granted, they have made a change to them this year a bit with the new goalie fatigue, but I don't know if this is the way I would personally go with the goalies. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how the goalies are in this NHL. So yeah, those are the positives and negatives I had listed that I wanted to go over. There's still some small stuff I could talk about, but I don't want to make this video too long. One thing I actually want to mention is I like the new player icons a lot, the stamina bar underneath the player. It's a really small thing, but a good quality of life improvement. I will just leave you to the highlights of this final game. This was a thriller. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of NHL 24 so far? What do you think of everything you've seen? If you tried the technical test, what did you think about it? Also, one thing I do want to mention, none of us have played the final version of the game or know what it's going to be like. Remember, technical test and the game you're seeing is a really early version of NHL 24, so the game might actually change quite a bit. None of us know yet what the release version of 24 will be like, so yeah, at least myself, I won't jump to big conclusions until I get to play the release version of the game. Enjoy the highlights and see you guys next time.
Well, 2 periods. Score! Moves it to Kuzmenko. Oh, he'll feel that one. Oh, saved it! Oh, my goodness! Scores! The go-ahead goal puts them in front.
Well, he's going to get some stiff capture effort here, James. It's a desperation play. Unfortunately, he's up.
Handles it along the blue line. Comes up with the block. Cuts it across the blue line. Denies him again! They're like a swarm of bees! Scores! I got 2 words for you!
Just erupts with that equalizer. And listen, when you score a goal like this, often you put your...
They score! New York's got the puck along the wall. Turns it away. Puck scooped up by Beauvillier.
Tight game, the pressure is on. You have to find a way to embrace it at this moment.
All alone! He scores! There's the hat trick and let it rain Chapeau!
Yeah, Rain Chapeau is right there. That's all over the ice. To try and win it all.
Takes it to the net. Shot. Looks to end it. Oh, makes the save. Had a chance to win it in overtime, but denied. He's got a little jump. He's in alone. Puck picked up by Wheeler. Game on his stick, and he keeps it alive. What a stop. Takes the feed.